Welcome and welcome back. I'm Rasheena Jarreau. This is Bend and Bounce. Thank you for joining me for another video. This is going to be a nice yin yoga practice. So we are slowing it way down and really savoring the stretch with this one. All you will need is a blanket and maybe a couple of blocks. This stuff is not necessary, but if you typically use these props in your practice and you want to bring them into play, you are welcome to. But when you are ready, let's come down onto our mats and let's get going. If you have a blanket or a cushion that you want to support yourself with, lift your hips a little bit, maybe make you feel a little bit more comfortable. You're welcome to place that under your sit bones now. And gently cross your legs in front of you. Place your hands over your heart. And begin to take note of your breathing. No need to manipulate your breathing here. We're just beginning to tune into it. Maybe you notice a sensation of your heart beating against the palm of your hand. Maybe you notice your chest moving up and down as you breathe, or your belly moving in and out. Yin yoga is all about paying attention to the sensations in your body while you're holding the poses and practicing a sense of self-awareness. So we're just beginning to tap into that self-awareness right now. Arms can release by your side. You can grab a block if you choose to and place it in front of you. We're going to go into a forward fold, but before we do, let's do some torso rolls. Kind of warm up our spine a little bit. Get into our hips a little bit. Just roll your upper body in one direction and then the other. All right, and let's find our forward fold here. Maybe bringing your forearms down to your block or maybe to the floor. Shifting around until you are comfortable enough to hold still. And then let's settle into that stillness. At your own pace, slowly sit yourself up. Switch the position of your legs. And let's do those torso rolls again. Other direction. let's find our forward fold. Allow your spine to soften. Keep your neck relaxed. Release any tension in your shoulders. And breathe into your hips. Slowly sit yourself up. Spine long, shoulders down away from your ears. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. All right, let's take our legs out. We're going to take on a straddle here. The legs extended long. See if you can lower your torso towards the floor. You don't have to lower too low. Lower enough to find a nice stretch in the legs, the inner thighs. And then wherever that stretch is, that's where you hold. So it may be here, or it may be a little lower. But take a few breaths to kind of wiggle your way up or down and see where your edge is, where your version of this stops. And once you're there, once again, let's settle into stillness. Grab whatever props you need, maybe to support your head. And just relax. And let gravity pull you into this stretch. Sit yourself back up. Before we come out of this straddle, let's take it to the side with a nice side bend. So if you're using blocks, you can just move them to the right side and lean your trunk towards the right. And you'll probably feel a nice stretch along your left side back here. Place your props, if you're using them, place them where you need them. Blocks behind the leg, maybe to support your elbow, is always nice. And just settle in. A straddle in any variation can be an intense pose to hold. So just breathe deeply here. And again, never hold yourself in pain. If there's any pain or intense discomfort, ease out of it a little bit. Give yourself some grace. We're not trying to push ourselves too far here. Allow your body to open as much or as little as it desires today. All right, slowly sit yourself up. Whew. Move your props to the other side and let's find that same stretch to the left. Now, one side is typically more flexible or bendy or open than the other. So you may have to prop yourself up on one side a little more than the other. You may find that you may not be able to bend as much on one side as the other. And again, all that's normal. We always have a stronger, more flexible side of our body. All right, sit yourself back up. Whew, okay. Grip your legs from like behind your knees or behind your thighs and slowly pull them back into your body. Take your time. Whew. All right, knees to chest, just hug them in here. Let's take a breather. All right, we can move our props to the side here. We're going to come on to our knees. Find a tabletop position. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Take a deep breath in, drop your belly to the ground, lift your head for cow pose. Deep breath out, round your spine up towards the ceiling for cat pose. Deep breath in, belly drops, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round your spine upward, head lowers, tail tucks in. Deep breath in, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Nice. Touch your toes together behind you, your big toes together. Take your knees out a bit farther apart and settle your hips down and back, finding nice child's pose. If you have a cushion that you're using, you can use it to support your head. Arms extend overhead. Slowly lift your torso. Come back to tabletop. So knees come back underneath your hips. And walk your hands out in front of you. Lower your chest to the floor for a melting heart pose. Three more breaths. All right, walk your hands in. Tuck your toes behind you. Send your hips back. Sit your torso up. Toe stretch. If this feels like it's too much weight on your toes, and just kind of lean your weight forward a bit to kind of take the load off. If at any point you need to untuck the toes to just sit, feel free to do so. Okay, so it's not often that we take a yin yoga practice off of the ground because it's mostly floor poses, but let's get our feet under us and let's stand up and kind of find a dangling pose here. Just allowing gravity to pull down on our torso. Let's actually get a little bit of movement here, maybe swaying from side to side before finding stillness. Keep a generous bend in your knees here if your hamstrings are tight. If you want to add a bit more of a stretch, you can interlock your arms and pull your torso down even more. All right. Walk yourself to the middle of your mat. You may be a little off center. So let's walk ourselves back to the center and come back onto our backs, maybe reaching for the backs of our thighs to gently lower us there. If you have a cushion, you can place it under your head for support. And just take a moment to get there and get comfortable. Take your feet out wider than hip distance apart. And allow your legs to fall from one side to the other in unison. So we're just doing a few windshield wipers here. All right, legs back to center. We're going to do a figure 4 stretch. So right leg first, right ankle. Rest on your left thigh. Pull that left leg towards you and hold. Release your legs. Let them both. Other side. Left ankle, rest on your right thigh. Right leg pulls in towards your chest. And hold. Again, you'll notice one hip is more open than the other. Feel free to make any adjustments that you need. Release your legs. Allow them to go long. Reach your arms up overhead just for a moment. Let's engage in a full body stretch from the tips of our fingers to the tips of our toes, allowing our body to completely tense up and then let everything go. You can bring your arms down by your side if you wish. And allow yourself to be completely supported by the floor. There's absolutely nothing to do here. Just relax. Feel free to stay here in this pose for as long as you like. But if you are ready to move, you can simply bend your knees up. Come on to your side and roll up. And this is where I will leave you. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.